Feedback has been absolutely incredible, and all the support has just been fantastic. Hang on, we're trying to log Sam on now.
Sony request.
Okay, hang on guys, I'm just gonna get Sam, our director, in and see if this works. Nah, it's not working. Okay, let's just move ahead, eh? First question was, we got here, let's have a look. In the car chase scene, when the camera moved from outside to the back of the car, how was that done? So that car chase scene was all part of the one-er, which was the 12-minute sequence where there was a number of single shots that were seamlessly pulled together to look like it was a 12-minute continuous take. And that particular moment, Sam was on the hood of a chase car. There you go. On the hood of the chase car following me. And as that car pulled up alongside us, he unclipped himself, had the camera in his hand, and handed the camera through the window into the car that we were driving into another cameraman, and we took off. So it was a series of handoffs like that, which was one of the most technically challenging things I've ever been a part of, and also the most impressive for me. It was pretty exciting. What? Yeah, we're still trying to get Sam on. Hang on, here we are. Where is he? Let's try and find Sam. How good is this, guys? This technology is wonderful. Anyway, let's get some more questions. We got here. How do you get your hair cut? Well, a pair of scissors usually. Luca Vanella, an Italian hair master, and he works with me on a number of films, and he designed that haircut. Originally we had a pretty normal looking haircut, and we wanted something more extreme, so we clipped it up the sides and gave it a bit more edge. What else we got here? Someone saying, "Come on, Sam, where are you?" It's probably my fault, but we've had a few technical issues there, guys. Stop pressing. I got my mate here trying to fix it. He's just pressing buttons.
No, that's what we got to press though.
No.
That one.
All right, what else we got here? Do I wear contact lenses? No, I don't. Thanks for checking in. Do you think there'll be a sequel? Who knows? Depends on the hunger and excitement and enthusiasm from you guys. Honestly, making that film was one of the best experiences I had. I'd work with Sam again in a heartbeat. We were talking about doing more films together, whether it be sequels, prequels, entirely different stories. You know, that was definitely something we spoke about right throughout the whole film. So maybe. What else we got here? What's the tattoo on your forearm? My daughter drew this. I was up one night with a friend of mine, and he was designing some tattoos and so on, and then my daughter woke up and came and sat on my knee, and she just started drawing, and then drew these. So we ended up getting them tattooed, and that was it. Will you be back for another movie of Thor or Marvel? Yeah, we're going to be shooting Thor: Love and Thunder in a few months. Things have been put on hold, obviously, in the current isolation shutdown we're all involved in. But as soon as things are up and running again, that's the next endeavor that we're going to embark on in the Marvel world. So other questions we had there. All right. Sorry, guys. Was it challenging doing a lot of choreography, or was it simple to memorize? Incredibly challenging. It's a bit like when you're learning dialogue. You've got to kind of create the story in your head, and if the writing's great, then it's kind of imprinted in there pretty easily. Choreography, physical choreography is the same. You know, you've got to really kind of do repetition, see the story of the fight play out. You've got to sort of have an emotional investment in it too, and that always helps, I find, kind of, work out where you are in the sequence. But we had weeks of rehearsals that we went through with Sam. And then every day we were shooting one scene, we'd be rehearsing the next fight scene, which was the following day. So it didn't really stop, and it was a 3-month shoot, and basically kind of running and sprinting and fighting the whole time. So exhausting, but rewarding, because I think we achieved some, pretty unique special stunt sequences that I certainly have never been a part of and haven't seen for a while. So, and thanks for the feedback from everyone about those sequences. We certainly worked our butts off, and to have you guys appreciate it and love it is a huge plus. So thank you. All right, hang on, I've got some tech advice from someone here about how to get Sam Hargrave, our director, on. Got here. What do you think of the stunt guys in the movie Out of the Shadows? I haven't seen that. Jughead. Jughead is a big wave surfer, guys. One of the best in the world, and I can't really answer that that question. Paul Fisher there just chimed in, said great movie. Thank you, Paul. Paul Fisher's a DJ, guys. You want to check him out? He's got a few tunes to keep you sane during this isolation period, or just to make you get up and dance, because that's what he is. What else? Hello from Spain. Hello, guys. Great movie. Thank you so much. There's these other questions here. All right, so let's find some. What was the most difficult scene in the movie to film? We talked about before, that was probably the oneer. We shot that over 3 weeks and went for about a 12-minute sequence. Did anything unexpected happen during production? And then did the crew have to... unexpected. I mean, the whole thing was logistically an insane challenge, and mostly for Sam. And the AD team, all the assistants, the PAs, everyone was working the film. We had 300 personnel working with us a lot of the time, and we, in order to shut down streets and alleyways and so on, so no one would get injured, and we'd be flying cars through the streets. And thankfully to the people in Bangladesh and India and Ahmedabad, that there was such a support for what we were doing. We'd turn up and create all sorts of chaos, and to have the people line the streets and be so excited to see what was going on was a real blessing for us, and we're beyond thankful for all the support. We couldn't have done it without the local support, and also the local talent we were able to use, a lot of the cast and crew from those areas, and it's pretty amazing. Thank you, guys. All right. What is it about the story and character that intrigued you the most to come on board? I've done a lot of action films. I've never done an action film that was so grounded in reality, though. As you know, a lot of my work has been in the sort of fantasy, larger-than-life realm of Marvel. And there's a lot of special effects, a lot of green screen, a lot of opportunity to, sub in stunt doubles and so on. I had my stunt double, Bobby Hanton Holland, on this with me, who did the really gnarly stuff, but 95% of it I had to do because of the nature of how we were shooting. And that was something that sort of scared the hell out of me, but also excited me. There was a real athletic sort of sportsman-like sort of approach that we had to have to this, and it felt like competing in some kind of big sporting event, more so than a movie at half the time. But what intrigued me also was that the action was really dictated by the emotion and the narrative of the story, and the fact that there was an emotional journey that caused my characters to have a physicality and a fighting style that started off in one way, but throughout the film progressed. And he had a very sort of suicidal approach to his fighting at the beginning. He had very little regard for his own safety or the eventual outcome. But in the movie, there is an awakening that occurs within him due to meeting this young boy. He really starts to realize that there's something else worth fighting for. Also, it's a redemption tale. We understand a lot about Rake's past, and this is an opportunity for him to right the wrongs of what he may have done. And so that really, that's what I loved about it. It was an opportunity to do an action film also with a very heavy emotional component. There's art house action fusion there, which I thought was very unique. And yeah, we're very proud of it and stoked that you guys have enjoyed it so much. All right. Sam spoke about Jackie Chan movies as an inspiration for Extraction. Who was inspiration for Chris while working on Tyler's character? I don't know. I sort of maybe unconsciously pulled from a few different things. We talked about, the sort of 80s, 90s action films where so much of it was done in camera. There wasn't blue screen, green screen, special effects. It was just pretty hardcore, in your face, right there. Stunts and endless sort of rehearsals and so on. And also there was a sort of a simplicity to the narrative in those films. It was pretty easy to follow, yet infusing an emotional component in there, I think sets it aside. And he was a man of few words, definitely, but when he does speak, hopefully it means something and it has a purpose, as does the action. The action was never there just to be cool for the sake of looking cool, although that was one intention. It needed to have some information about where the story was going and where the characters were headed. But a lot of people talked about Rambo First Blood as a comparison, which is very high praise. There's the obvious ones of John Wick and guys recently who have done some fantastic continuous sort of fight sequences. But yeah, I wouldn't say there was any particular film that inspired me. Old westerns, classic sort of Steve McQueen, the whole city ascending on a character. It was a bit of a throwback to a period before my time, certainly. Did I actually jump off that huge cliff at the beginning of the film? Sort of. We had to set that up. I probably would have died if I had done that. But I did a rather large jump, and then we added green screen, and then someone else, and so there was just a bit of movie play and trickery for that particular moment. Am I like Tyler in real life? Am I a black market mercenary, gun for hire? No. But we're about the same height. We have similar facial features. And a very similar accent. Love from London. Love right back to London. Thank you very much. What else we got here? Some smiley faces, some kisses. All right. You enjoyed coming to India? Absolutely. India was fantastic. The people were incredible. We couldn't have shot the film without the support of the people. The locations, that was a big reason for shooting in India. I don't think we've seen many action films and films like this with the backdrop of India and Bangladesh, and to have that opportunity to put a spotlight on that part of the world and aesthetically show something different was, I think, pretty unique and special, and we had a lovely time working there. All right. What's your favorite stunt in the movie? Probably. I really enjoyed the opening scene in the building, in the apartment. That took us about a week or two to shoot, and it was hot and dusty and dirty, but it felt like we were getting something pretty special and a pretty incredible way to open the film. And we went back and shot that a number of times just because Sam, was never satisfied as any great director. There was no stone left unturned, and he continued to push and dig and bring out of that scene, as much as possible. And the addition of the moment with the rake, that was actually one of the movie fans out there who contacted us and said his name's Tyler Rake. If he kills someone with a rake, that'd be awesome. So whoever that was, I don't know your exact name, but thanks for that. How was it working with Randeep Huda? Randeep's incredible. He brings such heart and nuance to the film. All of these characters in the film, is not, you have some very bad guys, but a lot of the characters